Hi, this is Zane Lowe on BBC Radio 1, lakeside here at Lake Como in Italy, and we're here to catch up with MUSE and help establish some kind of context for their forthcoming new album, The Resistance.
In the early years, I was sort of maybe a bit confused about what my emotions were trying to express. But as I said, being in England or seeing what's been going on in England, it sort of defined it down to being more direct and more down to earth. I think the first song sort of sums up really how a lot of people feel, and that is that we desperately need change.
Uprising is how the record starts, and I guess if you had 11 songs that you wrote and that's all that you recorded and that's all that's on the record, you kind of knew in a way how it was going to order as well.
Yeah. No, I think we always knew that was the first song. That's kind of sets the scene really for the love story to emerge within that, And but then the ending, I think the first sort of eight tracks are very much down to earth. It's kind of that that love story within 1984. That's a sort of over dramatic version of what I suppose how I feel, But then the ending of the album, it goes completely off the wall.
It's jolting and jarring and sets you up for something, isn't it?
For sure.
Always going to be the album opener, I guess. Always felt like it was the right place.
I think we were toying with a few different ideas. I mean, we thought Resistance could have been an opener just because it's got all that kind of ethereal synth stuff at the beginning, but we thought we've always started our albums with some kind of slow starter or something that builds throughout the whole track, like Take a Bow and Apocalypse Please, which is kind of a pretty weird track. So we just thought we'd just go for the old slap round the face approach.
It's going literally is.
Go straight in there.
It's literally kind of has
starts, like, the very speed start and just straight in.
I want to talk to you specifically about United States of Eurasia, because that piece of music to me is kind of the first, and this is going to sound overly dramatic, but that's my thing. It's kind of the first unifying piece of music post-Obama where it actually says to everyone, like, you know what, this can all coexist creatively, and we all believe in the same thing. And the scale, I don't know whatever the minor scale you're using, the Arabic scale. It's like incredible the way you've used that. Yeah, and the whole thing just really makes perfect sense. I mean, just tell us a little bit about how that song was made and written.
Well, I mean, it kind of came from a slightly darker area, I'd say. Hopefully it's a bit more optimistic in what it achieves as a piece of music. But it came from reading a book called The Grand Chessboard by.
You already know that's going to be a tough read.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's not a pleasant read, but it's written by this guy. I can't say his first name. He's called something Zabrinitzky or something.
Right.
He's basically like a chief foreign policy advisor for the last sort of 3 or 4 presidents in America. And he's like head of involved in the Council of Foreign Relations and all this. So he's one of these sort of key foreign policy people in America. He wrote this book called The Grand Chessboard, which basically talks about how America, in order to ensure peace in the world, needs to stop Eurasia from unifying. Because the moment that Eurasia unifies, there'll be a world war between America and Eurasia. So sorry to go on another cheery note.
Okay, should we have lunch?
But basically, I thought to myself, I read that book and thinking, like, hold on a minute, I'm just trying to work this out. Are you saying that, is this guy basically saying that he's advising presidents to
create war,
to deliberately stop
make peace,
China from unifying with Russia and Russia unifying with Europe? And when you look at the actions of the last 20 years, it does seem to be that way. So I just thought to myself, well, why not? And obviously reading the book 1984, Eurasia, it just all sort of came together in that song. Really, I thought, why not? Why couldn't there be a United States of Eurasia? It seems like almost so many wars seem to be taking place here. Over the last sort of 100 years.
Were you scared by that piece of music when you finished it in a way, and just for what it kind of represents as well as the way it sounds? I mean, it's kind of one of those songs which, in the same way that I know that Green Day always talked about American Idiot, which seems like a weird comparison, but they always said that when they finished that, there was some talk amongst the band, like, should we put this out? Because of the emotion that it's going to create.
Well, I think that it was all getting a bit heavy, and the composition was quite different. But when at some point, someone pulled out a sword, and we all sort of became in Highlander film, and Be Only One came out, and we all just started laughing. Do you know what I mean? It totally just sort of added a total comedy aspect to this. I mean, the bit where it goes Be Only One, you can't help but laugh at that. So I think we sort of thrown in this very light-hearted sort of just really funny section into it, which is kind of lightened the whole thing up. I think that we do that wherever possible.